Hey everybody, I wanted to do a little tutorial on egg tempera paint and how you make it. So egg tempera paint is just the yolk of an egg and mixed with dried pigments. So if you've never separated an egg yolk from the white, I'm just going to give you a quick little easy tutorial. So you open it up and you tip it to one side so that the yolk just stays on the one side. And then you transfer that yolk back and forth. Once is even enough. I'm just going to do that twice. And all the yolk goes into this bowl. Now, because we want just the yolk, we don't want any of the white, I'm going to carefully transfer it onto this piece of any kind of absorbent towel or what have you. And what I'm doing is I'm just rolling it around a bit until that all the whites are going to stay onto the absorbent towel. And I'm going to hold the egg yolk down just with my finger and just pinch that to open up the skin. And I'm going to just basically pour the inners of that egg yolk into there. So what we don't want is that skin of the egg yolk. We don't want that to be in it. We just want the inners of the egg yolk. And then from there, we've got the yolk in here, and all we're going to do is mix it with a bit of vinegar, just white vinegar. And I'm just pouring it in because I sort of know ballpark how much I want. And the proportions vary depending on what you want to do, how shiny you want it or not. And a little bit of water, and then we mix that up. So that is basically the foundation of the paint that we're going to have. Once I get a bunch made, I put it into a container like this, and then I can use it over a period of days. I keep it in the fridge like this. And so how I like to work it is I've got this little paint tray that can hold all the different pigments in it, or a bunch of them, and I have a few going. And I just use a paintbrush to mix that in. So let's say I'm going to start with this orange here. And these are all natural pigments that I'm using. And we've got a little set of them available on our website if you want to just try this out. And then I use that to make a nice paste. And I'm just kind of eyeballing how much I need, depending on how thick I want that paint to be. And I'm going to put a little bit more in there. And so you can make it more like a glaze if you want to have a light paint and you want to do numerous glaze. That's a very old technique, is to use many different layers on top of one another. Or you can make it fairly thick, almost like our present day acrylic paint. And really this paint is the precursor to acrylic. And of course acrylic is just plastic. So for me, it's an effort to get rid of plastic in every aspect of my life. And so having this old and having many extra eggs, so we often have eggs with little cracks in them that come from the chicken coop, and I can't use those for eating, but I can use them for paint. So here's a painting that I'm working on, and I can just use it to make these beautiful lines and washes in it. And that is how you make egg tempera.